A woman walks into a room full of men who expected her to kneel. Angola, 1621. She has traveled for days to reach this meeting. The Portuguese governor sits in the only chair in the room, a deliberate insult. There is no seat provided for her. The message is clear: you are beneath us. You will stand while we sit. Nzinga looks at the room. Then she looks at one of her attendants. And without a word, that attendant drops to hands and knees on the floor. Nzinga sits on her attendant's back like a throne. She will not kneel. She will not stand. And she will not let any man in this room forget who they are negotiating with. What happens next will stretch across 4 decades, and Europe will never fully recover its advantage over her. Central Africa, late 1500s. The kingdom of Ndongo is powerful, organized, and ancient. Its people, the Mbundu, have trade networks, military structure, and a royal court that has governed these lands for generations. Kassa grows up in a village 2 days' walk from the capital. He learns to fight the same way his father did, with discipline, loyalty to the king, and the understanding that the land beneath his feet belongs to his people and always has. But on the coast, something is changing. Portuguese ships have been arriving for over a century now. At first they came for trade, then they came for people. Back in the capital, a young Nzinga watches her father, the king, struggle with what the Portuguese presence means for his kingdom. She is sharp, politically minded, and already fluent in Portuguese. Her father teaches her what he knows about power, but the Portuguese have only made their first move. By 1621, Nzinga's brother sits on the throne of Ndongo. He is weak. The Portuguese have been pushing inland, raiding villages, taking captives, and installing puppet rulers where they can. Her brother doesn't know how to stop them, so he sends Nzinga. She arrives at the Portuguese governor's residence in Luanda with a delegation behind her and a mind sharper than anyone in that building is prepared for. The chair insult is deliberate, a way to establish hierarchy before the conversation even begins. But Nzinga's attendant as throne is more than a clever gesture. It tells the governor something he will spend years trying to ignore. This woman does not play by your rules. She rewrites them. The negotiation produces a treaty. The Portuguese agree, on paper, to pull back from Ndongo territory and stop supporting raids. Nzinga returns home having done what her brother could not. The governor writes back to Lisbon about the meeting. He describes her as formidable. The word he uses is careful, like a man who doesn't want to admit he was outmaneuvered. The Portuguese do not honor the treaty. Raids continue. Villages burn. And when Nzinga's brother dies, the Portuguese refuse to recognize her as queen, installing a puppet ruler instead, declaring that Ndongo belongs to them now. Kassa watches his village change. The language his children are being told to learn is not their own. The chief who now collects taxes answers to men at the coast. He picks up his weapons and walks into the forest to find Nzinga. He is not the only one. Nzinga doesn't retreat. She rebuilds. She forges an alliance with the Mbangala, fierce warriors who once fought against her people, because she understands something most rulers don't. Survival requires uncomfortable partnerships. She moves her base to the kingdom of Matamba, takes control of it, and transforms it into a military and political stronghold. From there, she fights a guerrilla war against the Portuguese that will last for the next 3 decades. She is in her 40s. They think age will slow her down. They are wrong. For 30 years, Nzinga wages war, negotiates, forms alliances, breaks them when necessary, and forms new ones. She allies with the Dutch when they arrive, playing one European power against another with the kind of strategic patience that even her enemies come to respect. When the Dutch leave and the Portuguese close in, she doesn't collapse. She adapts. Kassa fights beside her commanders for years. He has watched friends die. He has watched villages rebuilt from ash. He has also watched a queen in her 60s personally oversee military operations with a clarity that shames men half her age. The Portuguese never fully defeat her. Every time they think they have cornered her kingdom, Nzinga finds another move. And down at the port, ships still leave with captives. The woman from the opening, her story ended on that ship long ago. But her descendants exist somewhere across the ocean now, in a land they did not choose, descended from a world the Portuguese were trying to erase. Nzinga knows this. It is part of why she keeps fighting. Every village that stays free is a village that doesn't end at the docks. Europe spent 40 years trying to break a woman who had decided, at a diplomatic meeting in 1621, that she would not kneel. They never managed it. Today, Nzinga's statue stands in Luanda, the capital of Angola, the same city where Portuguese governors once sat in the only chair in the room, waiting for her to stand. What's another forgotten African legend everyone should know about? Comment their name. I might make the next documentary about them.